What's up, guys? This is Mark Augustine, and you should know who I am. But if you don't, my name is Mark Augustine. I've been in e-commerce for 10 years. I've sold over $20 million. I've been an entrepreneur for 16 years. And in this video, I'm interviewing this beautiful young gentleman, Bobby.
Hey, guys.
So basically, what we're going to talk about, Bobby has had the success of selling $7,000 in a month drop shipping on Facebook and making $2,000 profit. So that's a little under 30%. So like the video, subscribe to your channel. This is what we're going to talk about, but also subscribe to Bobby's channel. I'll put a link in the description to that. I'll also, the last video I did with Bobby, I'll put another link to that. I'll also put a link to his Instagram because I think I forgot that in the last video. But Bobby, who are you? Introduce yourself to my YouTube audience, and then we'll get into it. I have a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Bobby, and I've been watching Mark's videos for years. And so it started with eBay. Then after that, I stopped doing eBay. I was buying electronics locally, and I was reselling them online. However, recently, Facebook and Walmart became hot, and they also had big profit margins. So with these new emerging opportunities, I thought, well, heck, why don't I look into this? And then from there, I bought Mark's course. I reached out to him, and now, he's working on my account for Facebook. So.
Right. So guys, if you guys want to get 10% off the course, I'll put the discount Bobby 10. So there's a link in the description to WM Passive to the course on Get Approved on Walmart. But yeah, you mentioned a couple of things. You mentioned a couple of things I want to kind of get into. So what made you got into eBay? I want to get to the point where you made $2,000 profit and all that stuff. But first of all, what made you stop eBay? What made you stop dropshipping on eBay?
Yeah, so what made me stop is, well, first off, the profit margins were really low with it. So, I mean, 10%, it wasn't bad, but still, though, it wasn't that great. And then on top of that, there's a lot of really bad automated softwares there. And so
right.
I think I was using like SKU or something like that. And I just remember there'd be like an item that I would pay like $100 for, and it would list it for like $10 or whatever.
Wow.
Then I was getting like angry customers. Maybe not that, like that's an exaggeration.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of like little mistakes like that. And then I was running low on money from a lot of these mistakes. So I decided to take out a PayPal working capital loan. And the thing is, Jesus. PayPal working capital charges 30% per transaction. So if you're making 10% and then you're losing money, and it's not a good idea. So afterwards, I just pretty much closed down my eBay account. And then I just like, all right, why don't I just go ahead and focus on all these other things? And so I started buying and reselling electronics, and I ended up getting another eBay account. But as I said, I mean, it's a lot of work, and the profit margin just weren't worth it for me.
Okay, and then how did you get into Facebook because of following me? How do you get into Facebook? Let's start there. How did you get into Facebook, and when did you get into Facebook?
Absolutely. So I got into Facebook at the beginning of this year. And so, I mean, I follow your videos, and there's a guy named Aaron Goldstein he's a phone flipper as well, or used to be. Anyways, he made the transition over to Facebook. And I remember he mentioned somewhere, he said, hey, if you want to learn how to dropship on Amazon, then watch a guy named Mark's videos, which I already knew who you were. Like, yeah, that's the guy to go to. And so there I just started doing some research on Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. And sure enough, I just remembered hiring VAs, like all the processes and things that I did when I was running eBay dropshipping business. And so I contacted some of my VAs from then, because the thing is, if you get good VAs, and then they'll continue to want to work for you in the future. And so, I mean, they're always contacting you like, hey, if you ever need anyone, just go ahead and contact me. So I reached out to my VA. he was available. Keep in mind, I mean, they also get other jobs, but he just happened to be available. And so from there, we pretty much did the same thing that we did last time. I mean, I did show him some of your videos. I also showed him some other training as well. And then I also made sure that I watched it ahead of time. So I knew exactly what needed to be done. And I could monitor him and just be like, okay, yeah, that's good. Or, okay, try to do this instead. So.
And then, okay, I remember you mentioned that I'll meet you via, so that'll be interesting. Do you think this is just a side question. Do you think he's willing to be on the channel?
I think so. I mean, he's a pretty charismatic guy. I used to get on weekly calls with him.
Okay.
And such. So, I mean, he would probably be really excited to meet you because he watches your videos. It's funny because I told him that you were working with us, and he's like, "You're working with this guy?" I'm like, "You know him?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've watched a few of his videos." I'm like,
okay, nice.
Good work, Chris. His name is Chris, by the way.
And where is he from? Is he from the Philippines?
Yes, he's from the Philippines.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to do a video about that because I think the work ethic in the Philippines and the experience. I've run automation services in Nicaragua. I've had people from India. I've had people from Pakistan. But the quality of work so far, in my opinion, like this is not, some people may be angry, but it seems like you get, when you're looking for like virtual assistants, customer service, that type of stuff, it seems like the quality is high in the Philippines. And if you look at the history of the Philippines, like even the way most everyone speaks English with American accent, they have a better work ethic than a lot of these other countries. So I think, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to do a little research into that and make a video about that. But yeah, let me get into exactly why we're here. So how to get to 7,000? What was your strategy? What software did you use? How many listings were you listening every day? Was it you listing or the VA? How long did it take? The whole nine?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the first few days, I just pretty much learned all the processes, and I listed manually. But as I did research on YouTube, I saw some people were using ZLister. I saw some people were using like SKU Grid to keep track of items. I also realized that some people were also using Zeek Analytics to go ahead and do product research and stuff. And this was before I knew about.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, well, this is before I heard about FBM Fox. But
right. So you were using a combination of, you're using a lister, something else to do product research and something else to track prices?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
There's a few different things, yeah.
And then, okay. And now you use FBM Fox. But were you able to get up? So guys, if you want to try FBM Fox, there's a link in the description. Use Mark 10 for 10% off discount. It's a full suite. This is not ad, but there's a full suite. There's a lister, there's price tracking, there's profit. It calculates profit, the whole nine. There's VA access. But yeah, so were you using FBM Fox to get up to that 7,000 or were you doing it manually?
Well, that's when I was using all those other different softwares that I mentioned. And then I heard about FBM Fox after Facebook wouldn't pay me for those few months.
So you're now getting back, right, now that, so you made 7,000, 2,000 profit. You're now doing FBM Fox. All right, and how long did it take? I want to see if I beat that. So how long, I like competition.
Yeah, no, that's great.
How long did it take for you to get up to, you and your VA to get up to 7,000 sales, 2,000 profits? A month, 3 months, how long?
It was like 21 days. It was less than a month.
Right, okay.
And the only reason we didn't make more is because pretty much Facebook wasn't paying me, so I couldn't put the money back into buying more inventory.
Yeah. And then how many listings did you have at that point?
Man, I think we had 300 or 400.
So you had to be listing like 20 items a day, more than 10 items a day.
Maybe it was less than that. I think it was like, let's see, 200 to 300 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
They were listing, yeah, well, first they started at 5 and then they started listing 10 a day.
All right. So today, let's see the date. Today is the 21st of July. So 10 more days. So the 11th of August. is my date to see if I can beat that. Because guys, if you guys have missed it, what I'm doing is I'm partnering with Bobby here, and I'm going to. The idea was I was going to manage the entire account, but what I'm doing is I'm doing most for full transparency. I'm doing the listing, product research and listing, and then your guys doing the customer service, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that would be interesting. So guys, I have 21 days because I pride myself in being the #1 dropship out there. And I not with no loss of respect, Bobby, but I like a challenge, and I so that's the challenge. Bobby was able to do $7,000 in sales, $2,000 profit in 21 days. Listen 5 to 10 items a day, maybe sometimes 15. Mm-hmm. I am going to be listing 10 to 20 items a day. The account has been built up, so my assumption is I can list a little more. I've seen from looking at the accounts we used to manage, talking to Douglas. Douglas is one of my ex-employees, works on his own, talking to other drop shippers. What I've seen is when people have listed a lot in the beginning, people have got flagged and that type of stuff. Have you experienced that at all or no?
No, but that was during the time where they were shutting down a bunch of accounts just because of the bots.
Right.
And so the thing is, I pretty much already put my account on vacation mode since I couldn't buy any more inventory. And then after I put on vacation mode, they shut down my account, but I got it back within 2 days after just going through the customer service.
Okay. All right, sweet. So guys, as I recap, Bobby and his VA will listen between 5 and I would say 10, maybe 12 items a day for 21 days. What were the suppliers? Did you have a main supplier? Did you have a combination of suppliers? What were the suppliers that you used?
Yeah, so the only suppliers that we used were Walmart and Home Depot.
Okay, all right, you use Home Depot. Okay, sweet. Why? Why did you only use Walmart and Home Depot? Any specific reason?
Yeah, well, the reason why I use them is because both of them just have a lot of inventory. And then aside from that, I mean, just doing my research on YouTube, it seemed that Walmart and Home Depot, like I said, they have a large supply. And then they also were the friendliest when it came to drop shippers.
And why not Amazon?
Well, from my understanding, people are saying that Amazon canceled a lot of their orders.
Okay.
And so, this is what I heard.
Canceling orders, but I've had, with the Amazon tracking numbers, that comes a challenge. But I was just asking. Okay, sweet. All right, Bobby. So let's wrap this up, guys. If you have any questions for Bobby, put in the comment section. If you have any questions for me, put in the comment section. Follow Bobby on YouTube. Bobby, what do you plan? Do you have something to say to my audience before we go?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, I want to thank you for having me, Mark. I mean, this is exciting. You against my VAs. And I know Facebook's algorithm is constantly changing too. I hear that. Then I know that people are getting a lot of views and it seems like it might have gone down. Not to say that Mark still shouldn't be able to surpass. I mean, he is the #1 dropshipper on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, he's the #1. So I've watched him for years. He always figures it out. Someone comes up with a problem. Yeah.
How these things usually work with a lot of these software platforms, especially Facebook. They're notorious for this. They did this on Facebook and on Instagram. When they first start a certain service, you get a lot of free traffic, and then they try to charge you for the traffic. So and then now I heard that the Facebook stores, the Facebook shop, they are now showing up in the marketplace algorithm. But I'm still going to beat your ass with all love and respect. I'm still going to beat $7,000. Well, that's the goal. So, all right, guys. So like the video, subscribe. If you want, I am not partnering with anyone else. I don't plan to run any accounts per se. But I'm trying to negotiate with the owners of DSM Tools to do something like what I did with eBay, to do an inner circle. So you'll pay, we'll do 6 weeks, not DSM Tools, sorry. I said DSM Tools, FBM Fox. So we'll do an inner circle with FBM Fox, but I'll figure it out. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, put in the comment section any questions you have. Thanks a lot for your time, Bobby. I'm going to jump to that Facebook account in a few minutes and get to work.
Cool. Sounds awesome. Next, Mark.
All right, guys. Thanks for that. Later.